Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Hi, everyone. I am here to come to you to do a reading on Takeoff. Not really sure what the outlets are really saying. So the question that keeps coming up to me from Spirit is, was it a hit? Was it designed? Was this on purpose to be disguised as something else? And was the little altercation about basketball, was that the key in the hit? Like, was that the, I think I'm trying to say, was that the code word? All right. So welcome. This is Tracey Brown Live. And if you would like a reading with me, please text me at my text number. And that number is 213-458-7408. All right. And I'm going to pin this. And I'm going to highlight it here and here. So, was this a hit? Was it, what was this? What was this? It just, I saw the TMZ videotape, and to be honest with you, it didn't make sense why it escalated from something about basketball to gun shooting. Does that make sense to you? It didn't make sense to me. So then I thought, this is bigger than what's being looked upon here. That this may have been intentional. So I'm going to look to see, was it intentional? Because the other thing I can tell you is that not enough people are speaking up. This kid had a family that needs some answers. And it's somebody's job to speak up. We have, by the way, the footage that TMZ showed, in a weird kind of way, the person that was taking the footage kept putting his hand over. That told me right there that this may have been a hit. That it needed to be recorded to prove to somebody else that it indeed went down. But when I saw this over the camera, that was either gang signs or a way to hide the fact that a hit was going to go down. Or was Takeoff the intended target? Like, maybe somebody else was supposed to be the intended target. Let me just see what everybody is saying. Well, I'm not going to use the word sacrifice, guys, because that's such a Black thing. We got to stop using Black vernacular to explain. But a hit is more like something being done on purpose for other reasons. The word sacrifice just brings out Illuminati crap and bullshit, and we got to stop using those words because it's just not working for any of us, right? Yeah, I'm gonna look into that, Sharon. If the cards show me, I can only do what the cards tell me. But I do want to offer up that maybe as this culture, if we stop using the word sacrifice, right? I want to offer that up because I do want to let you guys know that the rap industry is so bad that if you don't do what the higher ups say, they've got insurance out on you. So that's why I don't believe in the sacrifice part of it. I believe that if they don't do what they're supposed to do, the people that are in charge for booking you and getting you on these tours, they have insurance out on you. I don't know how that turns into a sacrifice. It sounds like it's planned, is what I'm trying to say. So if you keep using sacrifice, then they who keep doing this to black rappers win. All right? I hope I helped. No, but who said that? But so, Lisa, if that was the case, then somebody knew it was going to be a hit. That's where I'm at. So it can't be for not snitching because that would have to be after the fact. This was before the fact, which means somebody knew something was going to go down. And by the way, you don't get an option to not have a policy put out on you. There's a policy put out on you. It's two different things. All right? Okay. I'm going to move away from the comments so that I could concentrate. Okay, guys? Please, God, talk to me. Talk to me about Takeoff. Takeoff, if you would like to come through, I would appreciate it. I know that you are in shock, and I'm not sure if you even today understand the reasons why you are not here on earth with us. But please allow me to see and say, God and Jesus, anything that you would like me to say and see. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name I pray. Amen, amen, amen. There was something here about moving out into the world, right? Some apprehension, maybe of becoming a solo artist. Maybe somebody was trying to convince him to begin his own career. Let me know if you guys know anything. There was definitely the need to transform him into something maybe better, maybe pit him against his own group, maybe get inside his head and tell him that he was better than all the others. The start of something new. I'm going to stick to this. I really feel like a lot of this may have had something to do with him starting on a different avenue. All right. That that they've been having talks with him, and I do feel like it would have made more sense in about 3 to 5 months that they were going to pull him into an individual artist. That's what I'm getting so far. All right, let me explain how these cards are showing this. I get apprehension, moving out in the world with some doubt and fear. Right away, I got a single artist. Transformation with certainty and confidence. So they actually were going to market him very, very well. And then the start of something new, right? Now I'm getting transformation. So they were going to morph him into something else, away from the group. And I do feel like it was going to take place in about 3 to 5 months. All right. And I do believe that all of his wishes and dreams were going to get actualized. Like, he wasn't dreaming to be a single artist. He was dreaming to be the best. That was always his dream. And so if he stepped out as a single artist, he could just prove himself and just come out and be the best, right? Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune was to turn everything upside down. And if they turned everything upside down, chances are whoever was left was going to have a really tough time, because this boy was going to make a lot of money. He did have, some emotions for his boys. He did. But in the end, he felt like he had to nurture himself. There's a man that was involved in him augmenting this Takeoff's career to be a single artist. The only thing that he worried about more than anything was how strong could he be? How strong could he be if he became a single artist? But I'm also getting it in a past position, so he had reconciled to the fact that this was going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if there are some lyrics or EPs out there that are completed that they're gonna bring to the public, because I believe this was going to happen in 3 to 5 months, but I also believe they may have already started building an album. There's also a woman involved here, very strong. I feel like she's a mature woman. I don't feel like she's a little girl. I feel like this announcement was going to be made probably in another country. I don't think it was going to be announced on American soil. So maybe he was going to tour. Maybe he's going to tour internationally with the group, and they were going to have him be a single artist with the tour to see if it worked, if the concept could work. He did have some unease about it, though. Whatever went down, I promise you, he either knew the threat was looming, or somebody around them knew a threat was looming. Here's another woman involved. I don't know who these 3 people. Fire sign woman, air sign woman, water sign man, but this could also be father figures. I don't know if his father is alive, but if he is alive, if his father is alive, we could hear more truthful statements coming from a father figure, right? Normally, I don't take death as literal, but it is falling in my hopes and fears. So, I feel like you hear someone saying, I don't want to do this, but if we have to, we will. So, I feel like whoever these people are, some of them belong on the side with the group. And that if Takeoff veered off, it wasn't just about the artist being left behind, it was about the team being left behind. And so if Takeoff took off, then the team would have to figure out and scramble how to make it with who was left. So I feel like the warning was already there. He recognized it as a potential problem because something had either was in a text message or verbally, but I do believe that he believed that he was on the precipice of danger. Now, I don't believe he understood that he was in danger that day. I believe that he thought he would be able to tell if danger would come to him. So you guys are constantly asking, was he sacrificed? Well, ironically, this is a sacrifice card. So some of you are right. He was sacrificed. But it's also next to my death card. And I have to tell you, I think a female called it. I think, call me crazy, but I think a female was involved and might have called something. I don't know what. So this is the female. This is the sacrifice card, which is my final outcome card. And right next to it is the death card. So I think it's coming down to, I don't know how to put this, but I think it's coming down to, if he signs that contract, he's done. If he signs that contract, he's done. Maybe, sweetie. Maybe. Maybe. So using phrases like Illuminati or sacrifice, it doesn't help me. Like, you guys are not helping me at all, right? I can admit that. See, no, actually, sacrifice is a bad word, because sacrifice means to get something else in return, right? That's a sacrifice, right? I did it because it was necessary, right? That's not what I'm getting here. I'm getting that if he leaves us, it's necessary. That's what I'm getting. And so that isn't really a sacrifice, but I have to go by my cards. And this card is a card of sacrifice. That doesn't surprise me, the Quasia, that doesn't surprise me. Someone said that there was another fight that had taken place prior to the bowling alley incident, because this tells me, in my mind, this position is in my mind, this tells me that he knew something was coming. Did he understand that it was going to be death? No. But he knew somewhere that danger was lurking. He just thought that he would see it better before it happened. He didn't understand how close death was to him. And my final outcome is the family card. And the reason why I'm placing all this energy on the group and how they are booked and managed, because I think he wasn't allowed to leave the family. I don't think he got permission to leave the family. I think whoever was trying to make him solo wasn't a part of the people that helped booked him and the group. So I don't think they were going to let him leave the family. Yeah, I guess it was over money or over, you're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to leave the family. No, Magic Mermaid, not like the Godfather, but just, no, not like the Godfather. But I can only tell you the way my cards are being presented to me, and I can only use the words that I can use. But to compare it to other things is losing the efficacy of the reading. So it's a good thing to just let spirit come through me without helping me, right? I actually don't need help. Everyone. Because I don't want to get confused with what spirit is saying and what everyone else is saying. So I gotta stay focused, because someone died here, guys. Someone died. And this is what I do for a living. So help me by maybe sitting still for a minute, just a minute, so I can push a little more. His hands were tied, everyone. This was a matter of time, regardless. His hands were tied. But I think that his hands were tied in leaving. I don't think he had a choice. I don't think he could stay. And at some point, there were arguments about him leaving, like cussing each other out, like, who the fuck are you, type of thing. And it had gotten to the point, the arguments had gotten so bad that at some point he was like, child, I'm glad I'm leaving. This is a mess. I'm out. Not recognizing that being out should have also included not hanging out. Do you understand? That being out. Well, that's a good point, Sexy. But if Offset left, that's not the why. If Offset left and Takeoff now is thinking about leaving, then you're breaking up the family. Maybe they couldn't afford someone else to leave. Do you get it, guys? And so they were not about to. I'm just getting that if the deal is done, which I got that the deal was done, that it came down to revenge. Not like, I love you, brother, so much. Like, no, it came down to some vicious arguments, and to the point where Offset was like, I gotta go. Now I know why I have to go, right? You ever be in a relationship and then You argue, you argue, you argue, you argue, you argue. But one day that argument is the one that releases you from this relationship. It's the one where you are done. That's what I was think was happening here. And then he was like, I was trying not to leave, but now they're making it seem like I'm this, that, and the third, and they're going to treat me a certain type of way. I might as well just leave. I'm not safe with you guys. I get maybe a 3-album deal had come through for him or something. Does anybody know anything about Takeoff going off on his own? Listen, I think the boys were hanging out because they were genuine friends. That's what I think. But I think that whoever these people were, the worth was better with him. The money was better with him not being alive. Especially if it turns out there are some recordings out there. They're going to make money off these recordings anyways. Does that make sense, guys? Thank you, Sexy. It was no coincidence. And if you look at the video, just look at the video and study it from a spiritual place. Remember, we're all about spirituality. Let me just fix this lamp. Study it from a spiritual place, right? And so from a spiritual place, the one video that they have, which, by the way, why weren't there more videos? The one video that they have, the person kept putting its finger across. And something's wrong with that. Oh, they're literally family. So you're not allowed to leave the family, literally. And thank you, Jetsy. Yes, soul sister. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes. So when we get to sacrifice or Illuminati, like it's such sensationalism. This was senseless, right? I'm not here to help foster, the witchcraft of Illuminati, right? Y'all don't believe in candle magic, but you believe in Illuminati. Make it make sense. Do you understand? You believe in sacrifice, but you don't believe in simple candle magic to bring love to you or to bring money to you. But you're going to tell me about sacrifices the minute the feed opens, right? So that's why I'm like, I want my desire for the public at large, stop looking at something like that. This was senseless. These were greedy mother freaking people that if Takeoff didn't do what they wanted him to do, they took him out. Okay, do we understand now? Does IG understand? Because I'm getting IG might understand a little better than you two. Yes, yes, but sacrifice meaning he's either with us or he's against us. And if he's against us, take him out. Do you understand? And sacrifice for me means we're trying to get him to stay. We're trying, but if he leaves the family, take him out. Because leaving costs me money. Does that make sense now? And is the value more if he's not here? That becomes a sacrifice. So I want you to understand the realistic of this. The question I pose, and actually you're helping with the answer, Sexy. The question I pose is, was it a hit? The answer is yes. So there's a lot more to this story. But the Illuminati bullshit and the sacrifice bullshit, like everybody takes it too far because there's no answers when you say, oh, it was Illuminati. What does that mean? Oh, it was a sacrifice. What does that mean? No, it's a bunch of greedy people that didn't want this man to proceed alone. And it could be that as well, Shelley Moore, right? It could be that as well. All right, let me put this down so we can get you guys to see. First circle. All right, guys. Yeah, the media loves to take things too far into some conspiracy. Actually, the media never said anything about sacrifice and Illuminati. That's black talk. That's black vernacular. That's how we talk. I'm saying we have to stop talking that way. It's more obvious than not. Take him out if he doesn't listen. We'll make more money with him out. How famous did Nipsey come after they took him out? That wasn't a sacrifice. That was also a hit that they covered up. That they covered up because they have yet tell us anything about the man they supposedly arrested who was working with the cops. Melissa, oh my God, thank you, Melissa. It's more of a business move. That's what it comes down to, but it's hood business. That's what it comes down to. I'm saying if it turns out there are some unheard of albums out there, that's how they'll be making money. Thank you, Mimi. Exactly my point. Please help me. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Final outcome. Messiah. Listen to me, everyone. Call me for your own personal reading. 213-458-7408. I don't think anyone but me so far has picked up that he was trying to leave his label. And so I would be really curious to see how that comes out. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. Messiah. Now, the reason why the Messiah is important, right, is because you can turn anyone. You could look at Marilyn Monroe. You could turn anyone into a star after death. It's all about the marketing. What do you think they did with Jesus? Does that make sense now, what I'm trying to say? That sounds a little gross, but Jesus was all about the marketing. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize so many people were in here. 242 people are in this feed, 247. Call me for your own personal reading. When I get hot, it's like, that's how I know this is all the truth. Call me for your own personal reading, 213-458-7408. This is what I do, everyone. This is what I do. So feel free to call me about personal issues and let me do what I do the way I do it. All right? So, Messiah, right side up, serving humanity with humility, right? Serving humanity with humility. What did I keep hearing? Oh no, I bought the wrong book. Oh my God, so upset right now. What did I keep hearing about Takeoff? He was humble. He was humble. You can market humble. You can market a nice guy. Should I get the book? It just means I have to get up. I brought the wrong. Sometimes these covers all look alike. Should I get the book's meaning? Greedy is the root of all evil. Yes. So let me get the book meaning because it's just important to finish this up right. In all my readings, and years of doing readings, I've never gotten a Messiah. Never. So, Messiah, let's take a look. By the way, everyone, tell everyone about me, right? I'm not your dirty little secret, right? If you can believe in Illuminati-ness and sacrifice-ness, tell everyone about a really good psychic. Really good. Messiah, Redeemer, Savior. Associated with the embodiment of divine power and a mission to save humanity. Tends to become obsessed with spiritual purpose, convinced that God needs him, her to do something. Look for a long-term desire to save people, especially in large numbers, with the possibility of self-delusion in this regard. So I'm not calling Takeoff the Messiah. I'm saying the killing was to turn Takeoff into someone that you could look up to after death. Thank you. The argument was a distraction. Yes. And you all can agree that he was the light in the group. So if he was the light in the group and you guys know all of this, then it's very easy to take that energy after death and exploit it even more. Like a martyr, yeah, but the Messiah is a good enough word. We don't need to add other descriptions. This is a good enough word. If anything, it's a more powerful word, right? It's a much more palpable word. And remember, they're going after the black community. So if you believe that Takeoff died senseless, then you're going to start buying his albums. Who else has died where the album skyrocketed? Michael Jackson, right? Who else? There's so many people that have died and their death made the albums go crazy. That's a good point, Sexy. Thank you. Sexy says this is both a word, a spiritual word, and a name. Whitney, thank you. Prince, thank you. They know how to market death, whoever they are. That's the funny part. Auntie Funky, I don't know who you are, but you're really helping me. She goes, I get it. Yeah, the argument wasn't even escalated to the degree of shooting. I could see a brawl, but not even to a brawl. So why pull out a gun if it wasn't a hit? So let's stop asking why so you all can figure out that you, the public, are being used. The why is because, Katie, you're crying right now. That's the why. Because they know that they can take that energy of yours and sell you a song. The why belongs to you now, belongs to me. A lot of African Americans invest in death before they invest in the living. The sensationalism of an artist dying makes you all happy. And that is something that we have to start changing. Because if you really want to help out, you have to figure out you can't keep investing in this in a bullshit. And if you did it out in fairness of some open, then it doesn't look like, right? It doesn't look like it was a hit, right? But it was a hit, guys. And so if it's a hit, are you going to buy his albums? Are you going to listen to them? Because what purpose is that serving now? Because this keeps happening. So if it keeps happening where they keep taking black artists, maybe you have to change. Does that make sense? Melissa Richards, that's what I'm saying. Maybe you have to change as to whether or not we constantly want to listen to music of people that have died so tragically, right? Whitney drowned, that's different. Michael Jackson overdosed on some chemicals in bed. Prince may have died by way of, pills, although I do have a theory about Prince, and I did predict that. I don't know if you guys remember that. I didn't see it as accidental. And from what I understood at some point, maybe I got to find the predicted it, but they kind of stated that someone was involved with taking Prince out. Yes, thank you. Prince was legally killed. Thank you. I like that. All right, guys, I have work to do and tell people about me. right? Don't ask me to do something like this and you guys, I'm your sneaky link. I'm not trying to be your sneaky link. No, that's not who I am, right? I'm an open psychic. So tell family, tell friends, tell people. These are her readings and these are her predicted it. And I've got all my predicted it listed on IG. Nikki's laughing. Sneaky link? I'm your sneaky link, but I don't want to be your sneaky link. All right? All right, let me get up out of here. I love you all, and thank you for putting up with me. I love you. Good night. Good night, everyone. Subscribe. Follow me. Follow me. Subscribe. 214 people. Give me 214 or more likes. Bye, guys. Oh, sorry, guys.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.